Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi if you're new here. Hello. Today's video is going to be an NPHC sorority tag. We're going to be answering a series of 20 questions. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for today's video. I'm going to allow my friends to introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Taylor. I'm a senior speech pathology major and I'm in the Mu chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Hi everyone, my name is Jemiah. I am also a senior majoring in psychology and I'm a part of the Lambda Theta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Tosh and I'm a senior psychology major and I'm a part of the Eta Tau chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
And my name is Gigi Rivera. I'm an exercise science major. I'm a senior and I'm a member of the Iota Kappa chapter of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We're going to answer some sorority questions. We're each going to answer them that particularly pertains to our sorority and our experience. So, we're going to go down the line this way, so Taylor starts first. And the first question is, although we just answered it, is what is the name of your sorority?
So I'm in Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
And I'm a part of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
I'm a part of the Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
And I'm a part of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
The next question is, what is your sorority hand sign?
So this is my sorority hand sign. It is a pyramid.
This is our sorority's hand sign.
We have the pinky, ivy, mirror.
Okay, and this is mine.
What is your sorority call?
My sorority call is oh.
My sorority is for school.
My call is
Oh, come on now, yes.
That's not okay. My sorority's called is
Nice and crisp.
y'all drink tea for that? Okay. What are your sorority colors?
My sorority colors are crimson and cream.
My sorority colors are royal blue and white.
My sorority colors are apple green to salmon pink.
and my sorority colors are royal blue and gold.
Yeah. All right, the next question is, what is your line number?
I am the deuce of my line.
And I am the ace of mine.
I am the 18 of my line.
And I'm the ace of my line.
When did you cross?
I crossed in fall 2019.
I crossed fall 19.
I crossed spring 21.
And I crossed spring 21.
Did you always want to join a sorority?
I would say yes. I had a lot of people in my family that were in a sorority and they positively impacted my life. So I knew that when I got to college, that was probably something that I was going to want to do.
I would say my mom was actually the one that introduced it to me. Even though she wasn't Greek, she did encourage me to do my research and actually participate in it.
For me, to be honest, no. And nobody in my family is Greek, let alone an NPHC organization. So coming to campus, I didn't know that's something that was for me. At first, I was like, that's not for me. You know, once I saw my chapter, I was like, you know what, let me start looking into it, did my research, and I knew I wanted to join and made my own decision about it.
As for me, I was not interested in any sorority, but then someone mentioned Sigma Gamma Rho to me, and then I was like, okay, I'll see, I'll check it out. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It hits you when it hits you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It literally took me like 2 years to really want to show interest.
And then like even when you get to campus too, each chapter is different. So it's something that you have to like research, kind of sit back and watch and observe before you immediately say, you know, that's something that I want to do. You have to like kind of.
I agree. It did take me a time because it wasn't until my sophomore year when I decided to go ahead. Because freshman year, Jesus have mercy.
Yeah, I would suggest like if you are interested in looking at something to really take your time with it and don't rush into anything just because you want to wear letters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the best gift you received so far?
Like one of the first gifts I received, it was the Christmas after I had just crossed, and it was like a necklace that had my letters on it, and then it was like a matching, like a bracelet. It was like a matching jewelry set, and it was just special to me because that was the first gift that I had received from my aunt who I'm very close to, who is a Delta, so I don't know, that was it. And then I just love getting elephants, so.
I would say mine would have to be, it was a recent gift actually. It was at a game and one of the vendors that had like this shirt and it had like a Z on it and some pearls and it was like bedazzled and I love glitter. I'm a glitter human. So yes, it was really sweet and it was from my mom and I was like, this is lovely and it made me cry.
Because my bigs actually got me a lot of things. They literally just threw in so many shirts, so many different things. I think one special thing about one of my gifts was a jewelry box that my spec had gotten me, and it was decorated for me, has 18 on it, and like I can put any little thing in there. And I only put like special jewelry in there. So what my mom got me, it's like this big plaque, and it's outside my dorm door. And I'll go ahead and I'll put a picture in here. Right here. I really like that, but shout out to my pro fights, cause I'm gonna post that picture up here too. Right here.
Insert picture.
As for me, my top gift is still the paddle my mom got me. It was custom made and it has my line number, my line name. My first chapter I crossed into, and then it's engraved. It's my Sigma Gamma Rho, and it's highlighted white off the backboard of the wood, and then right underneath it is a poodle with pearls and 2 rubies in the center of it, and that's highlighted off of the wood.
That sounds nice.
Insert picture here.
I'll show you a picture. It's nice.
Did you know any of your line sisters before crossing?
I think I knew one line sister, Kyla, and I just like vaguely knew of her from you. Then I was just excited to.
That's good.
You know, now that we're line sisters, and she's my favorite girl. So.
I would have to say I did know one as well. It was Janita, and I knew her because every time we used to go to like events, she was the one that would always sit beside me because we both were just nervous together.
I only knew one person. I have a lot of line sisters and I did not know any of them before I crossed. The only one person that I did know was actually my teammate, and like same thing, we didn't know until like started peeping her. And then like, you know, but yeah, I knew my teammate, so.
I'm a solo, so I don't have any line sisters. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
What is the best part of being in your sorority?
That is a fully loaded question.
I was about to say, that's a little, we're getting to the deeper questions.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, one is obviously, I'm sure they can attest to the networking that you have. You know, you go somewhere in your letters and immediately you can meet someone else, a soror that might have the same major as you, and she can get you connected with X, Y, and Z. I think is you can go anywhere in the world really and find someone you can connect with just because you guys are members in your sorority. So I'm an only child, so immediately getting 35 line sisters is probably like one of the best feelings. I like know like for any situation, like good, bad, happy, whatever, I can call my line sisters. Hey, you want to watch this movie? It's immediately having those sisters that I can depend on and annoy all the time. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's a lot of great things that come with being in a sorority. And you get to meet other friends like these. Like, hey. Okay, I'm sorry.
I would definitely have to say it would be really going out into the community because you meet so many different people and being able to help them really grow and really the connection that you make, just like Taylor said. I think those are really lifelong bonds that you create, and I can also agree to the sisterhood because I agree they're like your family away from your family, and it's crazy how y'all just click. Y'all click so fast and y'all bond just keep growing and growing, so I think it would definitely have to be the sisterhood for me.
The best part about being in my sorority is that, so I'm not an only child, but I have an 11-year age gap with my sister, so it's kind of like she's like my second mom. I hope she doesn't watch it, she'll be mad at me. She's like my second mom. I usually just have 2 friends or 1 friend. Growing up, I got bullied, so I never had love besides like maybe 1 person, and now I have so many other different sisters that contribute in different ways. And being in the sorority really opened my eyes to how realistic the world can be, on how everyone has different values, everyone has different perspectives. It's taught me to get things done, whether or not you agree with somebody. And it's just taught me life lessons that I've had, but it enhanced. I held myself to a high standard, but being in a sorority, it really makes you see bigger pictures. And I learned so many lessons so fast, and I'm still constantly learning. And also networking and sisterhood is...
For me, the best part of being in my sorority was, like Maya said, gaining a family away from home, because I'm from Alabama and I moved here. My freshman year, I had no connections here, family, friends, nobody here, so I had to start from scratch. But then you just get automatic unconditional love and automatic sisterhood and automatic, we welcome you, whatever you need, let us know. And I got that automatically from a lot of my sisters, and I'm really grateful for that. And with that, I've grown a lot professionally. My email etiquette has, gotten even better. And then just the way I carry myself has gotten even better as well, and my connection with other people. And of course networking, because networking is very prevalent in all of our sororities. And so just overall growth in and out of the sorority. Like, there's a lot of personal growth that you can establish as well.
The feeling also of like giving back with people that you love and have love for, and just knowing you're making an impact. Like, you can do that outside the sorority, yes, but when you're inside a sorority, it's a whole different ballgame. So being able to give back with those people and have meaning and purposes to your sorority is also another best part, because it's not just for the letters. I'm trying to get that across this video.
Yeah, the pool that you have, like, in order to reach the community is so much more impactful. You're leaders in communities that are honestly sometimes underrepresented. So being in these sororities gives us the opportunity to do those things, and so that's something that is like life-changing. And so yeah,
and it's also like being role models, because it's like when we go to like the different schools and you see like the kids and they have all these questions, it really does make me happy, because I know once upon a time it was kind of really hard to learn about Greek life, but I think now that we've opened up that pool for them to ask those questions, I think it allows them to get more comfortable and open to the idea of wanting to be a part of that.
Has your perspective changed about your sorority after joining?
I would say yes, because outside of the org, it seemed like it was intimidating. I felt like I shouldn't talk to anybody just because that was like the common stereotype, and that's what I did. But it's definitely changed. Like, that's not how it is. Like, these are people. Like, you can go and talk to them. It's very welcoming, especially our NPHC as a whole. Like, we have different events, and you are welcome to come. You don't just have to go show your face and then leave. Like, those questions are normal, and are honestly needed to ask in order to get more information about what organization you're wanting to join. So yes, it's changed. It's let me know, like, that's the stereotypes are wrong.
I would say mine has changed as well, simply because it's kind of different when people have to know that we are also students. Like, we go to school as well. We just have letters, and we're part of organizations on which we are proud of, that we have much respect for. So I think now, how Taylor said, the NPHC is like a lot better, because now, people can be comfortable with asking those questions, and to realize, we're just like you, we just have letters, but once upon a time we were in your shoes, and we do understand how intimidating it can be, but we definitely would like people to know that we're very open to answering the questions that we can, and we love meeting new people. I know I do. I love networking, so I think it has changed my perspective.
I agree, same thing. We're open, where there's a lot of stereotypes, which is another question later about organizations. But another thing for me, the amount of work that's put into behind scenes is ridiculous. Not to say it's not too much to handle, but you definitely have to learn how to time manage. And when I got into my sorority, I was like, whoa, it's a little hard. But once you get used to the scheduling and you get used to time management, then it's worth it, because everybody sees a beautiful event with beautiful flyers and this and that, but nobody else sees what has gone behind that to put out.
I would just like tag on to that. Like, that is something that I think a lot of people fail to realize. Like, this is not strolling and letters and parties. This is not that. All of us have different principles and different things in our sorority that we have to uphold in order to make sure that we're upholding that motto, that standard, whatever it is in place. So it takes a lot of work, and that's not even before you get your letters. That's right now. Like,
Yes.
honestly, like still right now, even after probate, 2.5 years later, like it's still work and it's always gonna be work to do. But it's something that I love doing. Like Gigi said, you just manage your time wisely.
We are all businesses at the end of the day. Like, it's sororities, but we were founded on key principles that we need to uphold, you know, because this is an everlasting thing for all of us. And so my perspective has changed, because it's different from just researching about a sorority and then being a part of that sorority, like having to uphold the standards of that sorority. Like you say, you know, having time management, it gets very busy and you have to be able to balance that. And so there's a lot of things that you learn when you're actually in a sorority and you actually gain your letters. And then it's like, okay, you learn this, you know how to do this next thing. Learn this, you know how to do this next thing. Learn this, you know how to do this. Yeah, and so it's a constant reminder of growth and stuff. And so yeah, for sure.
This is a for life. We for life.
Yeah.
Literally. Are there any other Greeks in your family?
Like I said, I have 2 aunts that are Greek. I have some other family members that are in fraternities. Yes. I mean, the list goes on and on. So to answer your question, yes.
Nice.
But most immediately, my aunt is the one.
Mine would have to be my cousin, and it was a little shocking because I found out like after I had joined. But since my mom was the one, my mom is in Greek, but she was the one that really introduced it to me, because I know at the time I was a little shy little turtle. So
That's it. I didn't have anybody that was Greek in my life. The closest that I did have was my cheer coach, and then my sister's best friend. But yeah, I didn't have anybody family-wise that was in my family Greek.
As for me, my cousin is a SG Rho, and the rest of them are AKAs. And I have one of my older cousins, she's a Delta. But growing up, my mentor was a Delta, and on my dad's side, it was Delta there too.
It's a whole mix.
Yeah,
That's cool. Also, one thing I know it's not on here, just because your mother is an AKA don't mean you can't be a Delta. You might have jokes with it about it, like, I'm not paying for it, but like, in all reality, do what you want to do. Just because your whole bloodline is AKA doesn't mean you have to be that, or it might not fit with you. You might not want to be a part of that organization. So
I agree. There's nothing wrong with starting like your own legacy.
Yes.
Even though some people like to carry on, there's nothing wrong with starting your own, because each organization is different, but you definitely have to pick the ones that really appeal to you the most, as well as your values and your morals.
That's why it's so important too to like research. And that's not going on the chapter Instagram and being like, okay, let's see, you know, like you have to really research and see, do those values that they have align with you? And if they don't, then maybe, you know, you need to do some more researching and figure out if that's what you want to do, because that's really what's most important. And even with like our chapters too, like your chapter, it could be completely different. We're in Mississippi. I'm sure the chapter in California is completely different. So you have to really research and make sure that this is what you want to do.
For sure, and it's about knowing who you are too. If you know who you are, nobody can ever tell you who you are.
Or what to join.
Yeah. You have to be a leader before you join a sorority. You have to want to be communicative before you have to want to go out there and do work and volunteering. Like you have to want to just have that in you, not just to get letters, but to contribute when you get the letters.
I agree. I do agree.
This is gonna be kind of controversial, what I'm about to say, but like I've always like had the idea like this should not be my biggest accomplishment.
Okay.
Like I've always wanted to, because if this is gonna be the, you know, obviously it's a lifetime thing, but if this is my biggest accomplishment, like I feel like I would stop here and not continue going on trying to achieve things. But I know that I was already accomplishing things before joining my sorority, so this was something else that would allow me to further accomplish those things. But it's not the biggest thing where I can, you know, it shouldn't be your biggest thing where you can just say, okay, I finally did, all right, now continue going, continue achieving. This is just something that is gonna really, really help you and mold you to the more things you have.
Just think of it like a milestone of your journey. You can like just be one of the milestones upon other milestones. Like definitely have a plan even after you join a sorority or fraternity.
Yeah, I agree. Has joining changed you?
Yeah, it has changed me. I joined my sorority 2.5 years ago. And I am not the same person when I joined. I've grown so much as an individual, as a leader, as a woman. I've learned so much about my community, the Black community. So yes, it has changed me in the greatest ways possible. I've gained so much confidence. I've gained like a sense of style, kind of like that. I don't know.
It does that to you.
I don't know why, but
You
like,
really get a glow after.
I just had a little slight glow up, you know. Like my glasses, they help me dress. So I really have just grown into myself and just, you know, I don't know. I knew who I was, you know, was confident in myself. So yes, I've changed. I've not done a complete 360 where I'm back right where I am, but I've done like a 180 and I'm like continuously growing. Always. So, yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I would definitely agree as well. Mine has changed me, I would say, for the better, because the Jemai I am today is completely different from the Jemai 2 years ago. At the time, I did not enjoy talking to people, so it definitely was different, and I think the confidence has grown a lot more, and it's great because the people I know now would not be the people that I would have met during, you know, back then. So I definitely think it has changed me, and being able to connect with people in a better way, both professionally and personally. So I definitely can agree to that.
I can agree as well. Life lessons, you know, being able to adapt with different opinions. Me and my line sister may not be able to agree on something, but if it's gonna work for the chapter, we're gonna do it together. As well as confidence. I've been a people person. Like before I joined, I'm an extrovert. Everybody knows me, not in a like cocky way, but like everybody would be like, hey Gigi, hey. And I'm still that in my sorority, and I didn't let that change me. Like it's changed me in ways, but not to the point where people can say, oh, the sorority changed her. You don't want that like perception of you. So really it changed me in more positive ways. Like I said, life lessons, learning new things, learning how to network, learning how to be more professional, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. It's changed me for the better. I've learned a lot of things.
For my sorority, it definitely has changed me for the better as well. My strengths got stronger and my weaknesses got better. And just because you're not as good at something doesn't mean that you can't work towards getting better at it. What you put in is what you get out. Mm-hmm. Don't expect to get 110% out of something that you don't even put 50% into. Yes. And so you always have to work. You don't see goals automatically. You have to work to achieve those goals because it's not easy. It's not something it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah, it's an everlasting it's evolving you. Like you're always growing, working. So it's changed me, but like you said, I mean, I could get better at anything. I can get better, but it's definitely changed me as a lot, like in my life, like everything I see now differently in a better way.
Like Gigi said, you want to look as if, oh, I'm improving in this area that I might be weak in, or, you know, these are my strengths, so let me apply that in order to fix my weaknesses.
What are some stereotypes about your organization?
I think people think Deltas are bullies. I've heard that one. The biggest one is that Deltas and AKs hate each other, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And that's one of them. There are so many different individuals in this organization. How could you make a stereotype based off of, you know, the multiple different personalities? Like my line sisters, they are nothing like me. Like, they always call me weird and crazy and all these other things, and I think they're weird and crazy. So it's like, with even in between my line and we're so different, like this is an international sorority. Imagine like just naming an international sorority as a bully. You know, it's just like, there's so many different people in it. You can't base like one encounter off of. You can't make that your stereotype. We're not bullies. I think some people just have really bad RBF.
I think the main one would be, I guess, they were hood. I don't know if it's based off the strolls or not, but I think sometimes the people try to, well, you know, when different sororities do their strolls or their struts, people assume that that's associated with our personalities.
Yeah, they think we hate each other.
They really do, but honestly, I love other sororities, honestly.
I like to watch.
Yes,
I didn't watch. stroller. I'm trying to see what they doing.
I be looking at her, I be like, okay. Even though the stress or the strolls may come off as a little hood, but that's definitely not our personality. Like, I think it's maybe the emphasis we put on it, because when we're strolling, when we're strutting, it's like we're providing entertainment, but it's also to like put some emphasis behind it. But we're definitely not hood. I like to say we're very lovely. They be professional.
First time I've heard that though.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And then the people aren't even in there too.
Like,
Right.
Sometimes I'm on Greek talk and I'm like, people will be going in.
I know.
They're
They really do.
How can you hate
do
me
not
outside the club?
join a sorority.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, like.
If you got denied, just do it.
I think also the experience would be a little different, because I know some schools, they do things different.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really associate our school with the other schools.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that we're all different based on what we put out on social media or when we're at an event. We're totally different.
My sorority did a lot of, we're stuck up, we're too bougie to do things, we want everything catered to us, we don't text back.
Oh God! I missed on TikTok on that, and I'm like,
And I'm tired of these ladies they are feeding into the stereotype.
Yes,
We are not obsessed with chicken. It is not true. I like chicken nuggets.
The strutting as well, for us, we have a stereotype of being very like dainty when we strut. Anything we do hard is sometimes like frowned upon, or you know, we trying to be like another organization if we do certain things. And that all those stereotypes that I've said, I'm not gonna lie and say everybody's not like that, because there are people in organizations that say, oh, she's a Delta, I'm an AKA, or oh, she's a Zeta, I'm an AKA, this is not it. I don't like her because she wears this color. Like, there are some people who are like that. For the majority of it, until you get to know these people individually, or like even as a chapter, it's not true. Me, I'm very friendly. You know, but I can't speak for other AKAs like across the world. Some of them might fit that stereotype because they just want it for the letters, or they want it for that image. But those are some stereotypes in my organization.
Big stereotype for my organization, I guess, would be it was standoffish and like only to ourselves, like only to SG roles. And I've been around a lot of SG roles, and I've been only SG role in some places. But for me, I don't care what letters anyone has on. If I feel a genuine connection with someone, then the letters don't matter to me. As long as I know that it's a genuine, hey, how you doing? It's a genuine hug. You know, it's just not, we're not speaking to each other just because we're in Greek life together, but because you actually see me as a person and not just but the letters across my chest, you know, because that's very important for me. And my personality, I'm not standoffish at all.
Anything, when you see somebody else, even regardless of the org, you have even more of a common ground, so you can start talking. Like, you can just start talking. Like, you can meet somebody in a class or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a, you know, whatever. I'm like, girl, what? Okay. So what you think about, you know, like,
you can connect on different things that other people may not be able to connect on. And another thing that at least our campus is getting better on is like supporting other organizations, participating in their events and showing love and going to profit shares and things like that. All right, last question is, what is some advice you would give for somebody wanting to join your organization or any organization?
Okay, so the advice that I would give, know what your morals and values are, align those with the organization that you're wishing to seek membership into. Do your research. That's the most important thing I can say, is do your research. Know what you're getting yourself into. It's going to take work. It's not something you just jump in and put the letters on and then you're done. Work never stops, but it's such a rewarding experience that you sometimes I don't even think about the work because I just love doing what I'm doing. Just remember to stay true to yourself. Again, the letters do not make you just wear them.
I definitely want to say, do not let outside influence get to you. Because I know sometimes when you talk to other people and you tell them the organization that you're interested in, they can sometimes have a couple of comments. But like Taylor said, please stay true to yourself and know what you want. Because like once you join, it is a lifetime thing. You want to create those bonds and connections both inside and outside. So definitely stay true to you and definitely do your research and know which values and morals contribute to you the most. most. And do not let anyone influence your decision because no one knows you like you know you.
I would say make sure you are talking to and approaching the people you are interested in. Make sure you're going to their events, showing your face, having good conversation, and don't let that conversation be only about that organization. Actually get to know them. Like, you're in my class. What'd you make on the test? Or, starting up conversations like, what do you want to do with your major since, we're the same major or you're not the same major. Like, don't make it so, can I be an AKA? Can I be this? Can I be that? Don't make it so direct. Like, relax. Obviously, join for the right reasons. If you're just gonna get in the organization to be a t-shirt wearer, you might as well not go ahead and do it. Just being honest, and make sure you love doing what you love to do. Like, be yourself. Like, make sure you have found yourself, because it really can change you in a negative way if you're not ready for it. So be mentally prepared. If it takes you 2 years to want to be in one, it'll take you 2 years. If it's your senior year and you're just not getting yourself right, that's okay as well. Don't make, obviously don't make it the only thing you want to do, like Taylor said earlier. Get involved in other organizations on campus. Just know if you get the privilege of entering an organization that it's going to take a lot of work, and you have to be ready to put into the chapter. Like she said, what you put in is what you put out. So just mentally be prepared and know what you want to do.
There's uniqueness to everyone, right? And so you never want to dim yourself down or dumb yourself down or feel like you have to act a certain way just to be accepted by a sorority or fraternity. Because I would rather be genuinely accepted for who I am than to be accepted for who I'm not. So why would you want to portray yourself as somebody else? And then now you have to uphold that, and that's not even who you are. Your sisters don't even know who you are because you didn't show them who you were in the beginning. And so just stay true to who you are and stuff like that, and you'll be fine. Like I said, nobody can tell you who you are if you know who you are.
Another thing that Gigi made me think about is build your resume before you seek membership, because again, these are businesses, just like you do your research about us, they're probably going to do their research about you as well, and making sure that they are welcoming in individuals who are service oriented and want to work to have a better experience in the community or whatever it may be. Go ahead and build your resume up just so that it looks better.
If an organization is service oriented and you have 0 hours of community service and you have anything below GPA requirement and you don't have anything on your resume, you might not be the candidate that they may pick. So make sure you're also working on your schoolwork. Organizations will look at your GPA. They're going to look at your involvement. They're not just going to look at your recommendation letters and call it a day. They're really going to look into everything that you have to offer, because what do you have to offer if you have nothing on your resume?
And even though the first time you might not get picked or selected, I take that as an opportunity to be like, okay, this is the time for me to get better. And definitely build layers for yourself, like they were saying, like building your resume. Definitely have layers to you. Like, okay, I may be able to do this one thing, but I can also do other things on top of that. So I think take that as a time to just get better and to really get to know you, because I try to believe that everything happens for a reason.
If you don't get selected the first time, try again. There's people who will try. If you have a line every semester, will try every single semester, but don't get in until they finally got it together and they're finally accepted in, and it's one of their best times of their life, So keep trying if it really is in your heart for the right reason.
That's why it's so important to build your resume too, because lots of times these women, it's like almost up to 100 or however many sometimes, wanting to seek membership, and they, it's not always that number that they can allow into the organization at that time. So don't get discouraged from that, and just like Gigi said, continue trying, making sure you are at least striving to become your best self before you're trying to jump into something new.
Knowing your own strengths and weaknesses, and actually when somebody asks you what your strengths are, utilize, tell yourself, say it, how the chapter can actually benefit from you. Like, okay, I do really good photography, I'm really good communicator, or I'm really good at public speaking, or I can make flyers for you, would you like to see one? And so it's not only telling them what you can do, but showing them what you can do, so that they can make sure that you can do what they need you to do once you're in a chapter.
And when you're doing your research, even though you read what they're about, you also want to be able for them to show you what they're about.
Yeah.
So it's like a give and take kind of thing. You're giving yourself, but they're also going to present to you what they can offer to you as well. So I think it's more like a back and forth or a mutual thing.
Y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Please come to Food White Week, the 20th through the 26th. But please follow the page.
Oh yeah, follow our NPHC right here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. I will put all their social media on the video and in the description box below, as long with our NPHC Instagram handle. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Woo!